Hi guys, another coaching tip here on a much more sunnier day at Verulam now, so it's really starting to hit the spring and summer weather, so please come down and utilise the range. Here's a client who, again, a couple of sessions in, I'll leave it to you at the start of the video to determine which you feel is the original, which you feel is the sort of change, okay? But my client here, hitting a higher ball flight, was always going on about how sort of tinny the strike felt, certainly with an iron, so sort of tingling through the shaft. So a lot about obviously strike, but also just slightly lowering that ball flight. So obviously setup fundamentals are a key feature in that. And again, when you're looking at these images, is one directly pointing out at you saying, right, he's going to strike it better or hit necessarily a little bit more down on the ball. But as you see the videos unfold, your mind will be quite quickly made up. So if we get to the top of the backswing on both motions, here on the right hand side, again, nice length to the backswing, versus the one on the left. Okay, the big noticeable part here, if I just draw a little circle around it for you, leg work. Okay, the leg work here, there was much more emphasis put around how he was to turn around his right leg, but equally how he sort of still felt loads on his left side, so he's still feeling like he was pressing down into his left foot here. And I think you can clearly see that the image on the left hand side is your one where you can see a much more stable base. So what that allowed him to do, just by removing the circles now, if you just keep an eye on how the legs are moving and the big part here, so you can see here the hands are nicely feeling like they're still ahead of the shaft there. Again, versus here, you can see how much the sort of hands are back. So the hands are further along the line. People get quite obsessed that to get the hands in front of the golf ball, they're trying to play things like cricket shots. But here, just quite simply how we utilise the grounds. Fortunate enough that I use something called salted golf, which is placing some inner soles inside of your shoes, can get you feeling how you work with pressure. Quite an interesting feature. A lot more modern coaches are starting to use ground force and how that actually helps you during your golf swing, rather than getting so caught up in the aesthetics of what it looks like, trying to get it to look like a Rory McIlroy or a Scotty Scheffler, obviously being the world number one at the moment. So leg work, very important. Client is now very happy with his strikes. He's seeing lower ball flights. You can see as he finishes his shot off here, nicely extended through the shot. You can see how the arm pattern's changed as well. Okay, so don't always think about how it looks, go by what it feels, but massive leg work improvement here. So get yourself down. Obviously you've got the three of us at your disposal, myself, Joel and Grant, so please do contact us to improve your golf further.